Okay. Okay. Can people hear me? Can people hear me? Let's have a look. Where is the audio mixer? Mixer's on. That's on. Lovely. Desktop audio mic. Lovely. Superb. Okay, let me just share this now. This is late, but I finally got people hear me. Finally got internet, and my wife is out. The baby's in bed, and everyone's asleep. Wife is gone, left me. So if this baby wakes up, then I'm in big trouble. Okay, so let me just put this on YouTube now. Let me just put this on YouTube. It's on YouTube. We're going to go through the game, two games. We're going to go through the Premier and Virtue Under Sevens game. I'm going to go through first, if I can, and then if I've got time and the baby don't wake up, then we'll go in this one. The reason why I can't get these streams up is because my office is in the back garden, and the internet is shocking, like really bad. So it's the first time ever I'm downstairs and in the house where I've got a bit of freedom. Let me just get the text up. Let me just get the text up live now. Okay, cool. All right, lovely. Superb. Let's have a look. Here we go. I'm live. Craig Woodley. He's been on at me all week to do this, so I'm dedicating this stream to Craig Woodley. Okay, I'm actually going to message him now and say, there you go, mate. Okay, let me put my live stream up on WhatsApp. WhatsApp. Do you know how time consuming social media is? If you want to be good at social media, it's like a full-time job. Let's have a look. Here we go, live stream. Okay, let's see who's about. Okay, cool. But this will go up anyway. And then people can watch it if they watch it. Oh, one watching. We're so lucky. Okay, cool. Lovely. Good. Let's do this. Okay, cool. So we are going to talk about the game against Virtue and Premier. Sorry, my prediction for these games was very simple. I said that the team that ended up, it was based on the goalkeepers. Now, if you watch the game through, you would see the keeper for Premier, made some fantastic saves in the first 5-10 minutes. And then Premier sort of capitalized on not bad fouls, but fouls that were given. They were taking a lot of free kicks and stuff, and they were capitalizing off that. I don't know whether that was a tactic from Premier, but it worked, which for them is fantastic. The game, even though Premier won, the game was not all. It was actually, for me, it was actually it's a good game of football to watch. But we're going to go through this now, and you're going to make your. We're going to talk about the goals, how the goals were scored, and what could they do to prevent it moving forward. Okay, lovely. Let's get this enlarged. Let's get enlarged here. Okay, lovely. Okay, and last thing, interact. We want to interact. Okay, here we go. All right, lovely. Okay. So here is the first goals that are scored. Shape's good. If you look at the shape of team, they've got two at front, one at the back. You can see on the left-hand side there's a player open. So let's see what happens. Great ball across. And that's a fantastic goal. If we go back into this, if you look at the player on your far left-hand side, you'd probably want to be back a bit further, marking him. The guy in the central area, I think he's in the okay position. The player in between the two midfield players, that could cause a problem. Now he's switched in. So if you see him now, he's gone right behind both of them. Both of them have started to ball watch there. Okay, and then you see your winger on the left-hand side that he hasn't got back, and it leaves 2 players that are free. 2v1. There you go. A fantastic goal. For 7-year-old kids to play that type of football, it's very pleasing on the eye. And that was the first goal. And here's the second goal. And like I said, these goals were scored very... there's no wall, first and foremost. I'd stick someone in front just to cause a problem. Ball bounces. And that was that. Now, if you look... When you give away a free kick, first thing you want to do is put a player in front of the ball. It's only 5 yards they're allowed. So for him to lift that ball over the player, just gives him something to think about, you know. You can't just have a free shot at goal, because that's what it effectively is. And for someone like Jax, who's got a fantastic shot, you need to protect yourself at all times. So that's something they can work on for this week when they play this week. So that ball there, he has to lift that over a player. Would he have done the same thing? Who knows? Who knows if he's done the same thing or not? Okay, here is the goal. I think it's for Premier, this goal here. Got a reset. And the player loses the ball. And a goal here. So, like I said, maybe the keeper could have opened his body out and gone the other way. Because as you can see, there's 2 players occupying the guy on the left-hand side. Maybe he could have just put it into space onto his right, and the player would have picked it up because it's a 1v1 there. He's still got a bit of space between him and the midfield player. I think that's not Jax. That's not Sander. Sander, I think it is. Okay. So once he plays that ball here, there's no one in the central areas for he can play in between. So he's now moving into that central area to find space. Generally loses the ball. And goal scored there. So, like I said, just again, this is not being critical of kids. This is just seeing where both teams went right and where both teams went wrong, and what can they do in the coming weeks to fix it. Okay, I think this is Premier. I think this is the Premier goal. ENG. No, I think this is a Virtue goal. Okay, this is a Virtue goal. Okay, let's have a look. Again, Virtue love 1v1 situations. Now, once you do that, let me just go back 5 yards. Once you take a player on, it's a 4v3, which they're in a very strong position once you do that. It's another great ball in between. Great run. Great run. Just, again, it's a fantastic goal. Like, you can't get any better than that. And that's testament to the quality of football these guys are playing. Now, if you look at the 3 Premier midfield players, again, they're all focused on the ball. They've got a player to the right, Zander. Should be watching that player to his right-hand side. But again, it just needs to be further back. Midfielder's sort of in his eye line. He's seeing that player there. He's seeing that player. So he wants to go to him. And then you've got the player in behind. So maybe they should drop. One player should commit. Other 2 should just drop in a little bit deeper. It doesn't help when you lose on the 1v1. This is great skill here. Again, you're not going to take anything away from the player that scores this goal. It's just a fantastic goal. Individual brilliance at its best. And again, that's what you want to see. You want to see kids expressing themselves, and we hear it a lot. This is what you really want to see in the game. Again, we've got another free kick. Have we got a wall? There's no wall again. So again, Hamid's then lined up the wall. Is a player going to go in? No wall. So basically, he's got a free shot at goal again. You don't want to see that. You generally don't want to see. It's like the most easiest goal scoring opportunity. You're just having a straight hit at the goal. Now, if you look at the goal area, look at that player occupying the goalkeeper as well. It's not good. So build a wall. I would say definitely moving forward, Virtue. Build a wall. Look. It's an easy goal. And building a wall will be so important, especially in their future games if it happens again. So we've had 2 goals from Premier which have been free kicks, one from open play which is a turnover. We've had 2 well-worked goals by Virtue, some really well-worked goals by Virtue, by the way. So yeah, let's have a look at Premier's next goal, which will make it 4-2. Touch out the feet. Is that the VL class this as a goal? Did they class this as a goal? I think they did. Okay, so look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one we just done. Let's go to this one. So we got a kick in here. Again, kicking should be done a lot quicker than this. They're moving. They've created a 1v1 situation. Yes! And like I said, when you're in them positions there, especially with kick-ins, you want to double up. But you've got a 1v1 where ideally you should be having a player just sitting in there. Player should be sitting in and protecting that pass coming across the goal, because you're going to allow someone to open their body up and shoot. So again, if you had a player just in that position there, then maybe that could have been avoided. But it's a very good finish. So again, we're talking about 7-year-old kids, but it's good to look at this stuff and see how we can learn from it. I love watching kids football. I think I prefer it over the Premier League. You can relate to it a lot more. Corner goes in. It's a great finish, by the way. So let's look how that goal was conceded. So we've got the build-up all the way from the corner. So there's a common theme here, which is set pieces, kick-ins, free kicks. This kick. And a great swivel turn. It's a good goal. It's a good goal. Like I said, you're not going to get better than that. It's fantastic from us. It's fantastic. So that makes it 5-2 to Premier. So it looks like the game's lost them. So the it's just broke loose. Now, if you can see the Premier player just to your left-hand side on the left-hand post, we have 2 Virtue players gone to the ball. Let's see what happens now. Good defending.
Well done, Antonio.
Ball's been lost. And that player still is sitting in that left-hand position. We have an overload, primarily a 3v1 or 2v1, depending how you see that Virtue player recovering. Are you going to work for me? So let's drop back. Let's drop back. Here we go.
Well done, Antonio.
So here we go. Good touch at the feet. And a great finish. That little drop of the shoulder there is always needed.
Well done, Antonio.
That little drop. Jink. Out the feet. Job done. No step overs and no fancy skills needed.
What a goal!
Parent loving life when we were listening to this.
Be aware, Theo.
So we're at 6-2. I think there's a comeback coming. And to be honest, Virtue have scored some really good goals in this game. Again, 1v1. I said in the game, prior to the game, that the game would Virtue would be more 1v1 based. They'd take more risks. And they have done. And the same situation here. If you look at the 3 players, they're marking no one. He's broke the lines. There's a 3 men in front of the guy there, which is not great.
Drop, Theo, drop!
And he plays that ball again. He plays that ball again in between them. No one's marking. All ball watching. And it's a lovely goal. Like, if you look at tactics in the game, they're 3 goals, identical goals that have been scored in this match. It's been absolutely brilliant. And then here we go. They score again. Let's see how they score this time. Ball gets played. Ball gets intercepted.
Tackle! Good tackles on!
Plays on. Finish. And I would say good refereeing by Hamid there. As per usual, doing his job properly and allowing the play to go on. Was it a foul? Probably a foul, but he played on. He's done the job, and that's a great finish by Virtue. So that was probably the first goal Premier conceded from a turnover from their goal kick. And then we have the last goal here. A free kick. So, like I said, we've got a wall now. We don't have a wall. We have no wall again. It's a free shot at goal. So that's 3 free kicks, 1 kick in, 1 corner. So 5 of the goals that were scored from Premier were from dead set piece situations or when the ball was out of play. So if you're looking at the game from that respect, how do Virtue learn from that? Well, they just need to be a bit sharper when they don't have the ball, set themselves up properly. I think them goals could have been avoided, which for me, if you just put a player in front, it just puts them off, or even 2 players. And with Premier, it's a general case of ball watching. When that player is completely ball watching, not picking up players, and not picking up a man. Now we're looking at these games from a microscopic level. We're just looking at the goals and stuff and seeing how the goals were scored. And as you can see, just by looking at these basic things, you can see that there is things going on which it's a common theme. So when coaches are looking at these games and they want to win football matches, then they got to look at that and go, do you know what? It's interesting that was done because, next time, can we have some players dropping back? Can we have some players picking their men up? Can we build a wall? Can we try and cover the pass before it's played? Especially from kick-ins. You want someone in front of that ball, 2 yards away. Make them play backwards. It's brilliant. Good work. Again, we just watched some of the game here. Great feet. Look at that. Lovely drop of the shoulder there.
Well done, Sander!
Simon done well there. What does he do now? Gives the ball away. They must be tired by this point. Good defending there. And Hamid called it back for a shove. So there you go, guys. Very basic stuff. Very easy to fix. And moving forward, this is where teams can improve just by looking at their VO footage and looking at, can we do better next time? And that's all it is. Can we do better? And that's the most important thing to think about. And it's not us judging teams or anything, but we want to give a sort of a neutral, unbiased opinion on how the game went. And I think that's important for teams. Now we're going to go to the tap game, which was against Skillzone. And let's just change the highlights. We can change the highlights here. Okay, I'm back again. Hello, I'm back. I'm not back. I'm back in the background. Here we go. Can I interact? Yes, I can. And here we go. So a lot of this is me talking. I couldn't get the VO up. So literally it was a pain in the neck. So I managed to get it up. And we're going to look at this game here. The light is a bit of a pain, but we'll see what we can do and how we can look at the game itself and maybe look at some of the chances. Only 1-1 this game. So let's look at some of the chances. And Tap missed a lot of chances this game, to be fair. Now that was the first goal Skillzone scored. Now look where that goal was conceded. Now if you look, there was a kick in. Players come in to pick it up. Now he's got himself in a really good position here. A really good position. He's opened out on his back foot. He can see the pitch. If you look to your right-hand side, there's a lot of space which has not been occupied. You can see the player just off screen to your right. he should be in where the red line is to be picking that ball up. Okay? So what happens? He takes an extra touch. That extra touch, which was not needed, and it was a misplaced pass, and then a turn and swivel, and it was a good goal there by Skill Zone. But if you just look at just minor details, and this is the difference between maybe elite level or grassroots or whatever, that these things you can be fixed just by moving the ball a little bit quicker. And when you get to under 11s football, I do feel, we talk about technically good and being creative, but you have to have patterns, you have to have formations, you have to have a way of playing, which is going to ultimately win you a football match. It's not a free-for-all. Don't believe it for a second. This is the goal Tap scored, and I did say they would score from a set piece. If you listen to me in my preview, cross goes in, doesn't get cleared. And it's a great goal. And you can hear the crowd. There's so many people watching these games. It's absolutely fantastic. Now let's go to shots, and let's go to where maybe Tap missed so many sitters in these games, because in the first half they absolutely dominated. And these kick-ins, they are slow. They need to speed this up. It needs to be in, play, gone. Now you look where the keeper is in this situation. That midfielder player in front of him, should be picking that ball up. If you look between the two midfield players, or the wide man and the guy in central area just in front of him or behind him, there's a lot of space there to pick the ball up. Sometimes we're in straight lines too much, but there's space to pick the ball up there. We just need to see those lines. They say in between the lines, Let's have a look at the next shot on goal. Have we got a corner?
Good, Ralph.
See, that's a free kick gone wide. Let's go to the next one. They do miss some open goals here. They went through on goal and they missed. I wanted to see where Skill Zone went wrong in terms of how their build-up play. Okay, here we go. So here we go. So we got something to work on here. So ball goes up in the air, gets cleared. We're now in a central area. Players free. You can see to your right-hand side, the winger's there. Striker's just in front. Let's see what happens. Good turn. And Chems hit it wide. Let's go to the next game. The next chance. Good touch. Sometimes you just need to play that ball so quickly. He's through. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Jay would be absolutely screwed he didn't get that chance on. But it's a great turn. Look how he uses his body. And that's what I love, just analysing these games. He's using his body. He puts his body in front of him. Defender's committed, which he shouldn't do. He should just have his hand out, just watch the ball, have a yard on him if he can. He's committed. He's rolled him. He's through on goal. Straight at the keeper. He would be absolutely fuming with that. Good. Okay, let's go to our next chance. The light is not great, but we'll do our best. So they're through again. It's another turnover. Ball's been lost in the midfield area. It's now a 1v1. Should he have taken it with his left foot? Should he have taken it with his left foot? Maybe. Just go across with your left foot, hit it across the goal, and hope for the best. Sometimes we try to once you're in that position, I think you have to shoot, regardless of what foot you're on. I would definitely say it was one-way traffic in the first half. They've done so well, Tap. They should have been up. Probably 2 or 3 in the first half. And that's just me watching the game. I think what's important is that the width has to be, the width of this pitch is like 50 yards. So it has to be used. It's a good to hit the crossbar. What a great free kick, by the way. The width is so important. So important. And then let's go to the last. Let's go to. Let's see this one here. Here we go. We've got better lighting as well on this one. Here we go. Papa got the ball. And then the break again. This is quite a continuous thing when they're winning the ball in the bait. Same. Good little player, man. Hopefully gets signed by a team one day. And again, they're breaking. They're winning the ball and they're breaking. So well done to them. Again, a game like that, both teams would want to play better, I would personally think. But for the nature of the game, and Tap won't be too disappointed with a 2-2 draw. With a 1-1 draw, sorry. Because that then puts them on level on points with Skill Zone Blue, which had been the surprise package of the season. And they'll go into the Christmas period looking quite strong. And again, the league is very tough, and I think teams will get strong. And I do believe there'll be more defeats on the cards for the top 3 teams. It's not a simple one. And I'm looking forward to the run into Christmas, which is going to be exciting for everyone. So, yeah, it's been. I just thought I'd just go through that, and whether you agree with my with what I'm saying or not, it's just good to analyze these games and even get the time to. Like I said, I'm going to try and do this at home in my house more. But like I said, wife is out, baby's asleep. I'm in a perfect situation to analyze these games. But well done to all the teams that have taken part this season. It's been a great season. Again, I think this is the best league in the country by a country mile. The way it's sold, the way it's marketed, the quality of teams, and we're only going to improve and get better. This is our 3rd season. This is our 3rd. JPL's been running for 14 years, 14, 15 years. And I think we're outdoing everyone. I don't think anyone can offer what we're offering because we're willing to put the effort in and showcase the kids for what they are. They're like child. We want to treat them like child superstars because for 99.9% of them, this would just be a distant memory. And that's a fact. They could be playing semi-pro football or something like that. But it's a tough gig. I was in the system my whole life, and it took a lot out of me in terms of mentally draining every day, like draining, trying to become a superstar. And by the age of 17, I just knew it wasn't for me. But then you keep going because of your parents and the amount of investment they've put into it. But this game is about, character building as well. And it's a resilience, which is one of my favorite words. Be resilient in anything that you do, and you will be successful. But other than that, guys, it's been I enjoyed this, actually. It's been fantastic. Let me just get off this so you guys see my face. Like you want to see my face anyway. Let's just get off it. And yeah, that is us for tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back. Looking forward to it. And hopefully the weather does hold up. But if not, still going to play. So who cares? So have a good evening, guys, and take care.